What is the climate and environment like in Baytown, Texas? In this video, we'll talk about the climate and environment in Baytown, Texas. Hi, I'm Will Johnson. I'm a local realtor here in the Baytown, Texas area. I have a lot of family that stay here. I'm very familiar with the area. If you're moving to or visiting Baytown, Texas, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram, give me a call, a text, or email. I love to hear from you guys. So now let's get into the video. So what's the climate and the environment like in Baytown, Texas? So let's start with the climate. The climate in Baytown, Texas is the same climate in the whole Southeast Texas. The numbers are just adjusted just slightly. So in Baytown, Texas, you can expect summer highs of 92 degrees. It'll get higher than that sometimes, but on average 92 degrees, and winter lows of 42 degrees. It can get lower than that, and every year it does get to freezing. Very rarely does it get to freezing, and very rarely does it go to below freezing. This past year it went well below freezing, and everyone's not everyone, but a lot of people's pipes were burst, and Home Depot was sold out of plumbing equipment for a long time, and I was one of the ones impacted by that. My pipes were broke, so we're not used to a lot of cold weather here. It's moderately warm year-round. So Baytown gets 56 inches of rain on average, when the U.S. national is about 38 inches of rain. As I discussed in one of my last videos, moving to Beaumont was it's normal rain like around the country. The difference is sometimes we get tropical storms here, hurricanes and tropical storms. We get at least 2 or 3 of them a year, but they're not as bad as you think. Most of the times it's just a tropical storm or low category hurricane that doesn't do much to the area. People do not leave town. We're very used to these tropical storms, but every so often, like every 10 years or so, you do get a bigger hurricane to where they do advise us to evacuate and go up to higher ground and leave for the hurricane. Some people do it, some people don't. Either way it goes, you know, we survived through it, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So when this happened, there are some areas that do flood. So there are some flood zones in Baytown, but very few. Most places that I know, and most people that I know that live in Baytown, which is like my 2 brothers and a grandmother, like their places do not flood. They stay during the tropical storms. That's one myth that everybody thinks that is very dangerous because of the hurricane. So Baytown gets about 0 inches of snow every year. Now this 0 number is really a lie. It's really probably like 0 point something, but we do get snow from time to time. As I've been here in the last 10 years, I believe we got snow like at least 4 of those years. Anytime it snows, everyone's happy because we rarely get the snow. So when we get the snow, we really appreciate it. You see everyone taking videos and posting pictures on their Facebook and their Instagram and building these little tiny snowmans. So people really enjoy the snow. But this is Southeast Texas. We're not used to the cold weather, so when it freezes, a lot of us don't know how to drive, and we kind of get in trouble. So with the hot weather and the warm weather in the summertime, that's what a lot of people love about this area. Some people can't stand the heat and they want it very cold. Yeah, if you move down here, you might feel like Usher. But most people like the weather down here, and that's what swimming pools are for. That's what water parks are for, which we're going to discuss a little later about Baytown, Texas. So one thing that I felt kind of weird here was when I first moved here, I saw like I've been here for 10 years. Since I've been here, within like the first 3 or 4 years, I saw a scorpion like twice. So as you know, Texas, at least West Texas, is a lot of desert over there. I've never been over there to West Texas, but when you have desert, you have scorpions. So from time to time, you might find a scorpion. Like I said, in 10 years, I only saw a scorpion twice in my area. Mainly what I do see is these crawfish that come out of the ground every year. You'll see these little tunnels and these little crawfish. But a lot of times if you're a child, you can put a stick to it and grab it, and it'll grab a hold of you like Mr. Krabs.
3 glasses of water. I'll even put ice in it. No, come.
But maybe the scorpions will grab your stick. Also, I never really played with a scorpion or dealt with them, but it was that one time. It was about 3 years ago when I went to Baytown, Texas on a little retreat, and I found the scorpion in the hotel room. At a hotel in Baytown, Texas, I found this one in my room. So that, I thought that would be nice to share. That was a surprise. But other than that, most people enjoy the climate here. So Baytown, Texas is shaped kind of like an upside down triangle. Across the top you have Interstate I-10, and across the bottom you have 146 coming this way, and then you have 330 going toward Houston. So anything typically under Highway 146 is considered old Baytown, and anything above that is the newer areas of Baytown. So that's typically the format of Baytown. To actually understand it, I have a lot of family that stays in old parts of Baytown, and they like it there, but most people that move to Baytown move to the new parts of Baytown. So Houston is so big and it's filling up so much to where Baytown is so fast growing to where there's so many new home subdivisions in Baytown. In the below 146 in that area, we do have the Trinity Oaks community, which is a brand new subdivision it's a master plan community. I believe it's going to have a golf course and everything like that on it, so it's very nice. But most of the new home subdivisions in Baytown is on the upper part of Baytown. These houses tend to be in the 230 range and up. So with that, I made videos showing these homes. I'll try to have them up here or in the description for you guys to see. But Baytown is really filling up fast. It's even a subdivision where you can get new homes under 200,000. Hopefully I'll have that up here. But Baytown is filling up fast. So that's the description of Baytown and the layout of Baytown. So that covers the environment and the climate in Baytown, Texas. Let me know if I missed anything that you would want to share. Please share it in the comments below. Comment below if you live here, you want to share any stories about you dealing with scorpions or dealing with crawfish or anything of that nature. But that wraps everything up for climate and environment in Baytown, Texas. Just let me know if I forgot something. If you have a funny story that you want to add about the climate or the environment of Baytown, maybe you ran across a scorpion like I did. But until then, see you in the next video.